October turned into Uptober. We had one of the strongest months in a long time. And now the big question is, what's coming up for November? Is it going to be a November bear or are we going to see a November bull? And this is what I want to discuss in today's video for you. So with this, drop in, hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On my channel, it's all about making you crypto fit. I discuss the beautiful world of decentralization, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, the macro, the micro. I'll try to put on different hats. On the one hand, the one of a CEO, co-founder of Cake Group, a company here based in Singapore. That's where I'm based. On the other hand, obviously that a bit of a personal investor. How do I allocate my purchase power? And then a bit on the regulator side. I try to switch it around a bit as well. I do work with various regulators, with the European Union and so on. So these are all things I'll try to throw in. If this is in general something you get value out of, then click the subscribe button. This definitely helps the videos to get some reach. And if you feel extra awesome, give it a like, give it an upvote. So let's dive in. October was driven by one thing only, and that was the hopium around a Bitcoin spot ETF. And at the end, that kind of painted the entire picture, because everything else when it comes to risk on assets, especially stocks, was not very rosy. Risk on assets, stocks actually had the third red month. They kept selling off and selling off and selling off. Some stocks way harder than others, despite actually earnings being quite okay. So very clear tendency by the investors, by the consumers. Most people are just very cautious right now. I know everyone talks about how we're going to get a soft landing and how everything is going to turn out fine. Well, the market sees this a bit different. The market very cautious right now, and probably righteously so. I also would think that crypto wouldn't do so well were it not for that hopium around the spot ETF. And honestly, that was the main driving factor. And looking into November, that's probably going to be the number one driving factor there as well. Is this hopium going to continue? Then we're going to see a November bull. If we are not going to see this, then we're probably going to see a November bear. And I think we're going to see a bit of a sell-off. So I think that's going to be absolutely essential. Yes, today, November 1st, we have Fed meeting, so we should have a new interest rate announcement. I would be very surprised if we hear anything else other than rates staying where they are. They are extremely high, and it's going to be only the question, are they going to stay that high for longer? Are they going to go a bit higher? Maybe. But I think the market's really going to wonder at what point is the Fed going to throw the towel and needs to kind of revive the economy. I don't think we're going to see this in the next 6 months. I think we're going to have these higher rates for longer. I know that a lot in the market does not expect that. A lot of people hope that rates are going to get cut. I just don't foresee that. I think we're going to see a bit of that pain for longer. That's going to be a key thing. Apple is reporting tomorrow, and they're going to kind of close the entire large tech sector reporting. Obviously, the key thing in all of that is that, those large tech companies who have done really well again this year, they kind of, got really bashed at the end. People just say, look, thanks so much for the returns. Let me sell right now and let me move into other stuff. And that is something we have definitely seen. So it's, at the end, I think the entire economy, the entire market looks very cautious towards risk on asset, also to crypto. However, with that Bitcoin spot ETF hopium, crypto can definitely have a strong 2-3 months. And then let's see. Then it's going to depend a bit on how high is the market going to rally on this. Is the market going to give it too much and then it's going to sell off even harder? Or is it not going to give it that much? That's going to be the key question in this. Price-wise, I know people always asking me for price. Again, I think if the ETF comes, I don't think we're going to see a new all-time high in the short term here. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see the 40,000 mark break. Not sure if that is, how relevant that is from a buying-selling perspective. On the low end, I mean, in the really surprising scenario that the ETFs are not coming, I just don't see this happening, but maybe, then, man, I think the market would really get a rug pull, kind of, and really would drop 50% or something. I would really not be surprised if we're not seeing an aggressive sell-off, for the very simple reason, because that's basically everything that the market is, what's holding up the market at this very moment. On the DeFiChain side, MetaChain hard fork is announced on the mainnet finally. I think it's been going for months. I see a lot of frustration by many people in the community. I do understand that. Trust me, sometimes my frustration also went really high in how long this took. There's not a single person there who doesn't want this to go faster. I think we all want this to happen as fast as possible. It looks really promising right now. 15th of November is the date, so fingers crossed. Let's hope and see that this works out. On the company side, on Bake, we are launching a new platform, but we're launching an entire new concept in next week. So that's going to be super exciting as well. So much work went into this over the past couple of weeks and months. So that's going to be really cool. So if you haven't checked this out, then make sure you go to bake.io and download the app and be ready to be amazed. Yeah. So these are the kind of key things. Again, I know I've been a bit lazy with video making. That was because I was on leave in October for the first time in 2 years. Then there's just a lot of stuff going on. And now kind of, well, refocused, re-energized, and full on beast mode. So it's all good. With this, I wish you an amazing start into November, an amazing week. And again, if you like those videos, you want to get value out of them, then click the subscribe button. It's going to help me and it's going to notify you and give me an upvote. Share it, and then I'll see you next time. Appreciate it. All the best. Truly, Julian. Bye-bye.